Welcome everyone to Tales of Midfel presented by Talks with Dorks. I'm your host and DM, Tom Lloyd. I'm gathered here today. It's not a fucking wedding. Take two. Fucking take two.
Nah, you leave it there. That's funny.
Leave that in. That's
Ladies and
left in. That's not being cut. I'm presenting for the first time, Mr. and Mrs.
I'm joined here today by my friends, allies and players, Mr. Joshua Topley, Mr. Benoit Astley,
Yo.
Hello.
Mr. Charlie Varan,
Hello.
and Mr. Thomas Latham.
I believe it's
Nice.
Mrs.
Nice
now.
mix. Oh, advancements.
Oh yeah, to get a lower tax on my
Tax for
lower tax on my car. Yeah.
Nice. Yes, so welcome once again, and this will be our fifth episode of our campaign for Tales of Midfel. For a quick little recap on what happened last time, our party met for the very first time in the crossroad town of Rhodes. From their first visit, it was sort of struck with mystery, excitement and danger, and they were approached in the tavern by a angered dwarven man claiming that his son, his corpse, had been taken from his grave. From investigating further, it seemed that the mystery went deeper and deeper and that the body had been taken to a tomb and burial site close by the town of Rhodes. From further investigation, there were strange items and strange placements of corpses and other bodies in the tombs itself. Investigated further, and it seems that people recently have been delving into these catacombs and using them for their own dark uses, whatever they may be. They investigated the catacombs twice, once with Rabbit's mother, known as Mama, from the orphanage, and finding further chambers into the catacombs themselves. Then, when returning onto the town, a day later, they were approached by the captain of the guard, known as Captain Carrington. They were all questioned and investigated from him, by him. And he suspected they were up to no good, but essentially gave them a warning not to look further into it, as to not cause any further distress in the town, and to not speak of it any further to any other townsfolk that they already had. Quite naively, Rabbit believed his word, and the rest of the group quite suspicious of him, but they accepted, and he was on his way. But then soon after, in the kitchen of the orphanage at Mama's house, a snowy white owl flew into the window, dropping a letter onto the table addressed to the party and Rabbit. Opening the wax-sealed letter, it read, "I hear that you've all found something. Keep this letter hidden and away from the guards. Take this letter and come pay me a visit in my tower. Signed, C. Leari." And this is where we left off. So the group, sitting around the table in the kitchen with this letter, Rabbit having reading it out loud to everyone. What do you all wish to do?
So just to clarify, it is the morning after that meeting with Carrington.
No, it's the same day.
Oh, same day. Okay, right. What time is it? Roughly?
Currently
Uh,
morning.
I would say, because you guys had pretty much just arrived back from your second trip with Mama into the catacombs, and it takes a while to get there, so I'd probably say midday, probably early afternoon.
Okay. Well, I suppose we've got to go and check out what Lara's got to say. Seems like the next best step, I suppose. Unless anybody has any other ideas.
I can help you get there.
Well, it's over to the party to discuss what they wish to do.
Fetch right now? What
Did you guys hear me?
what are you guys saying?
I think it's a good idea to go today.
I think it's.
We can.
No. I think it's best we set off as soon as we can. Really.
Quick question,
Or
DM.
go as, you know.
Have we had any sort of rest since last going to the catacombs?
You have not, no. You pretty much, from a recap of the last session, the morning after you'd stayed at the orphanage, which is today, you and the group and Mama all went down to the catacombs to search it again, finding another chamber in the catacombs, exploring there. But then you came back, and as soon as you did, you were told by Kara that there was guards waiting for you. I've been asking
Cool.
for you.
So I'm still currently on 1 hit point. Thought I would just mention that before we go to the wizard tower.
Okay. So yeah, you were all encountered a couple more enemies and a bit more danger in the catacombs when you went there a second time. So a few of you, especially Rabbit, are quite low on HP and have been quite damaged from your combat and battles.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a break. but I could show you the way if you really want to go.
Well, should we wait for Rabbit to feel a bit better before we go? I don't want to go with anybody that's struggling.
We could have a
I'm
rest.
not struggling. I don't think.
I'd say it's better off. The more of us are alive, the better. So I say you can have that rest.
Shh. I don't want to go like when it's dark though. I don't think that's very good.
Well, if you short rested for an hour, as I say, it's still fairly early in the day. It's only early afternoon at the latest, so you'd still have daylight if you went after a short rest.
Although now I'm thinking it would be easier to sneak and avoid guards at night.
That is also a fair point. Whatever you guys wish to do.
So I'm not quite sure anymore. What?
Will
I don't happen to know what
Can we-
Carrington does most days. Do I?
You know that he doesn't patrol as many of the other guards. He mainly operates in the barracks, in the actual fortress that the guards have close by the main marketplace of Rhodes. So in terms of his actual schedule, you don't know for sure, but you've seen him patrol a couple of times, but definitely not as much as the other guards that you're familiar with.
Okay.
But you reckon you'd probably have a good idea of when to go in terms of the patrol. Like, you live and breathe this town. You'd probably have a good idea of when to go, like in terms of when the patrol is, how long they take, that kind of thing.
Speaking of, as an urchin, as my background, I would know of any secret ways to get to the tower without being noticed.
You can definitely use that to your advantage.
I can. Would I know any secret ways, though?
Yes, quite easily. There's certain slipways and alleyways, that kind of thing. Very easy. For you, at least. You could guide the way.
Cool and good. I will guide you guys then. But yeah, maybe take a break first.
Okay.
Okay.
So, are you all waiting until dark, or are you just having an hour's short rest?
That's up to you guys. Because I'm alright with either. I probably won't be on full health from a short rest, but I'll be pretty close. If I roll well.
I think I'm on max health anyway at the moment.
Yeah, same I am.
So
Me too. Although that's only 10, somehow.
Wait, you're level 2 and it's only 10? How is that even possible?
I don't... When did we level up?
We didn't level up.
You've
We
not
were level
leveled up
2
yet.
from the start.
You've not leveled up, but you should be level 2.
We've been level 2 from the start.
Yeah.
I
Have you
don't
been
know
playing a
why
level
I've only
1?
got 10 HP.
Have you been playing a level 1 character?
Well, maybe he
Please,
just didn't
please.
roll well.
The one that first one took us so long.
Maybe he just
I think
didn't
I
roll
just
well for his first
rolled
roll.
awfully.
Yeah, but for Bard, it's 8 plus your con
It's a D8.
modifier, and then you
And
roll
you're a
again.
Minotaur.
That wouldn't affect anything, but he would have to roll again. But so
Plus
at a minimum, he would definitely have like 14 hit points at least, surely, depending on his con modifier.
I have 0 con.
You have 0 con.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, so you'd have 8
So
at level
8,
1.
and then I
Wait,
rolled
so
a
you
2.
You rolled
Then you would have
You
rolled,
rolled a 2.
big
Yeah.
yikes.
Wow.
Big yikes.
Big
How does it
yeesh.
feel? You have less health than like a 14-year-old
Yeah.
child.
You have less health than a fucking bird sorcerer. I have hollow bones, mate.
Yeah.
I have hollow bones, and you have less health than me.
He's got a weak chin, hasn't he?
Well, in the
weak
grand
shit.
scheme, all of you are actually really young. I don't think any of you are actually over the age of 20. I think Raknuk is
Holy
probably
shit.
the oldest, but all of you are pretty young in terms of your character ages. So
I'm 15.
I think I'm like 9.
Fucking hell.
I think I'm
I
like,
did.
At least we've got like a
minor.
That's a long time with this character anyway. Unless
we got a
anyone's dying.
fucking we got a fucking
Oh, my.
dependent.
How the?
I
We're
got
not
that.
going to be allowed into any taverns. How are we going to get quests?
All I'm saying is Kenku's only lived to be about fucking 40 years
10.
old.
He's only got a year to live. Okay, anyway.
How long did Kenku's live?
Not very long.
I
Like
think about
30, 40
18.
years. I think Minotaurs are about like 70, 80 or something. So they live at average age. But yeah, so what are you guys deciding to do then? Either wait till dark or just have a short rest and go straight away? Up to you guys.
Nah, I think wait till dark.
I think,
I want-
I think I'll stand
nice-
out quite a bit. So
I'll say then.
Walking bird.
I'd say.
You forget that I'm also rainbow coloured.
Oh shit, yeah, good point.
Yeah. I'd mention that you guys with full health, you might want to go into town and like, I know, prepare if you want to prepare any shit. Because I'm gonna be resting. But if you guys want to do anything, go ahead.
Who's got
If
the
we're
town
having a
map?
long rest, I'd love to get my spell slots back.
I would not have a map. I do not think.
I think
No,
you
you
do
get
from
some-
your own drawings, but I don't think I've given you the map as of yet.
Yeah,
I'm still working on it, but I'll be able
Yeah,
to hand that out. But in terms
And
of
so-
what you've seen so far, so you guys have only really been to the main market and the Alchemist. And the Alchemist isn't on the main market, sort of in the outer ring markets of Rhodes. But in the main market square, there's just the general market stalls selling the sort of general wares and items and food, that kind of thing. There's obviously the tavern, which you guys have been to before, the crossing paths. There's also the establishment known as the Bouquet Hotel. And the sweet shop, which Rabbit came from, known as the Dragon's Treasure. And then the blacksmith, but that looks pretty closed. The Hog and Hammer.
Yeah, no, we'll spend our long rest just chatting amongst ourselves and watching Rabbit just wake up.
Okay.
Watching a
I don't know,
child
watching
sleep.
him
Yeah,
sleep.
It's-
Okay, watching him sleep.
Yeah,
Creepy. Okay, cool. Yeah, so basically Rabbit heads up and sort of gets some rest in his own quarters and bedroom. The rest of you just keep yourselves busy in the orphanage and just sort of entertain yourselves for a short while. If you guys want to do anything at all, let me know. But other than that, I'm just going to assume you just sort of wait until dark for Rabbit.
Yeah,
Um,
Are we going to the wizard tower?
that's what you guys have
Yes.
said. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's
yeah.
where we are planning to go.
My brain isn't working properly.
That's fine.
Bird
So yeah,
brain.
so Rabbit, are you long
I'll
resting?
engage.
Yeah, I will do.
Long rest. Okay, well, if you want to up
Yeah, if
your
I wait until night.
HP and everything else that relies on rest, if you want to up that up. And is anyone else wanting to do anything in the town or anywhere else while they're here?
I'm just gonna
I think so.
find a car. Hey, oh, no, the Hoover's back. Just spend probably about half an hour just with Ray. Just
Okay.
go through some basic training. Like simple commands and stuff.
Okay. Are you doing this out in the open or in the orphanage, or are you finding your own private space to do so?
Is there like a garden space beyond the orphanage, or if it's dark, because everybody's asleep, so no one's gonna be
A little
in there,
bit.
but like...
This is quite a tight knit town and sort of area of houses as well. So what garden there is, it's only really a small patch of grass, not much else. But there is a outside garden space. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as a little bit of space, I'll just go through some simple command movements and try and
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
Give me a general animal handling just to see how that goes.
Yeah. It's 5.
First roll.
First roll of the game.
First roll of the session. Here we go.
That's a 15, so a natural 20.
Oh,
That's not.
nice one. Yep, it goes really well. It seems that she's been really cooped up in your cloak for a while, and it looks like she's been waiting to stretch her wings. So she's very willing to listen to whatever you say, as long as she gets to have some fresh air and do a little bit of gliding and trying to fly.
Sweet.
She can't fly. Seems that she still can't fly yet, but she's getting there. The more she's doing it, the further she's able to glide. So yeah, she's getting along well, and she happily just has some time with you. That's fine. So, Raknuk and Fetch, what are you two up to?
I'm just gonna have a bit of a rest.
Have a bit of a rest as well. That's fine.
Yeah, not do much.
Okay, that's fine. So, Raknuk, what you see is, as well as you're sort of lounging and resting around the orphanage, the little girl who's almost like swinging off your horns the day before, you just see her like peering around the corner and looking at you and waiting to see if she can get opportunity to try and do it again.
Okay.
She's only about 3-4 years old, but yeah, she's keeping an eye on you, waiting to see if you fall asleep or something, so she can do it again.
Nice. Can't wait.
Yep. Fetch.
Not really anything I need to do. I just think I'm gonna probably just lie down outside, just watch the sky.
Yeah. Okay. So you find a nice sort of. Do you go in the back garden with Tiberius, or do you go on your own somewhere?
I'll be by myself.
Okay. So you head out the orphanage, and it doesn't take you long before you find like a little public sort of space that's used as like a small park-ish kind of area, and you just go there for the quiet and just lie down on the cool grass and look up at the sky. It's a nice day, a few clouds, but it's generally quite a nice spring day. Yeah, so you just take the time to relax. You see one that kind of looks a little bit like a rhino. If you sort of move it a little bit, it looks like it could have wings, but yeah, it looks a bit like a rhino with wings when you start like drawing it in the sky and sort of imagining it for yourself. There's another one that kind of looks like a little bunny, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's a nice peaceful time for you, Fetch. Different than what you're used to. You're not so used to seeing the sky, so it's quite nice to take the time to do so.
Hi, baby.
So the time passes, and night soon comes. Rabbit, you are fully rested. Everyone else sort of joins back into the house. So yeah, Rabbit, you join them once again after your rest. It is dark. What do you all wish to do?
I'm gonna go get a new T-shirt on. As he like looks at the fucking absolute wreckage
Massive hole.
that is his old one. After that, we'll try and head off, and we'll try and sneak past all the guards. If you guys are all still ready for that.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Is there anything like in the orphanage of like not robes, but like anything dark material that we can put on to kind of keep ourselves, less attracted eye. It's easy to see a rainbow kenku rather than it is like
I think
a black potato sack.
I think when he was first introduced, Fetch was actually cloaked already, so he has got an already dark cloak that he wears. But for the rest of you, Mama does have some spare material and cloth that she's used before, and spare cloaks, so she's happy to lend you them for you all to wear, sort of keep hidden. And Rabbit, as you guys are sort of heading out, and once you've changed your t-shirt from the damaged one, she just goes over to you and
this one's still damaged.
Just less so. There's a bit of wear and tear to it, but definitely less so than the almost torn to shreds piece that you were wearing before. But yeah, Mama goes over to you. Just be careful, right, Rabbit? Wizards and spellcasters.
Yeah, I will. I promise.
Wizards and spellcasters are a tricksy bunch, so just keep on your toes, okay?
I'll keep my mind sharp.
You do that. You do that, lad. If any trouble, you tell me and you run straight back home, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And with that, you leave the orphanage, and so you guys trying to be stealthy and sneaky about this.
Yep.
Okay. So with
Gonna hit that fat stealth.
Stealth is the way.
Stealth is the way. This is the way.
This is the way.
So, seeing as you're being led by Rabbit, and he knows little secret ways and more unknown paths of getting to the Wizard's Tower, I'll say you all can roll with advantage, but I'm going to need you all to roll me a stealth check, please.
Yep.
It's time for a real roll. Not bad.
Okay. So, firstly, Tiberius, what did you get?
I got a 12.
Was that with advantage, yeah?
Oh, sorry, with the match apologies.
Yep.
13.
13. Okay. Rabbit?
Unnatural 20.
Oh, nice. Nice. Ragnog? Oh, he's been on the app.
Yeah, sorry. Let's go. Well, 32. Wait, no.
32?
What?
No, no.
What?
32.
19. With,
19. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I rolled 2d20, so
Yes.
it totaled it up for me.
39. Okay, cool. Right. And finally, Fetch. What did you get?
19 as well, baby.
19. Okay. Good averages there. Yes. So, Rabbit, you lead the way, taking them initially through the sort of main street and sort of in a main market, but soon finding your way through different alleyways and the smaller streets that are less used and more residential. Just sort of dip and weave your way through the streets. Tiberius seems to have a bit of a struggle with this. And you would have thought it'd be Ragnarok due to his size, but he's able to keep pace with you and seems to mainly be trying to just copy what you and Fetch are doing. But with Tiberius, it seems that he's not so used to being stealthy or trying to be so quiet. But yeah, but either way, he takes your lead. No issue is had. And takes you 10, 15 minutes to make your way through. Maybe a little bit longer as you're trying to be stealthy about it, but soon enough, you make your way to the very front door of the Wizard's Tower. Standing tall with white stone and front wooden door lays in front of you. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna knock.
Okay. So I'm just. So you knock on the door. You reckon you're waiting a minute or two, before you hear some commotion and movement behind the door.
Do you think we woke him up?
Real wizards don't sleep.
The door creeps open slightly, and you hear a young, small voice come from behind. Who are you? What is your business here?
We got sent a letter earlier today.
Show me the letter.
Did I bring it with me?
I assume you would have done.
Yeah, okay, I did. Let's try sliding it under the door.
It quickly snatches from the edge where you were putting it through the door. You wait a moment, and the door opens wider. Before you, you see a young boy dressed in fairly basic but reasonably nice clothing. Small eyes and features, but you don't reckon he's any older than 17, 18, and with mousy brown mess of curly hair. The master has been expecting you. Follow my lead quickly in. And he opens the door to let you all in.
Yeah, well, I'll hop in.
Okay, so you all step through. And as you step past the door's border, you're welcomed by torchlight and a small circular stone room. Completely unfurnished, very basic. But then immediately to your right, you see a set of stairs that spiral upward, going around the cylinder-like tower. The boy leads you up the stairs, leading the way. Master Lyari doesn't have very many visitors, especially none besides the captain or his lordship when he occasionally comes to visit.
Oh, that's cool. Can you do magic?
Yes, I'm a student of
Can you show
Bramora
me?
College.
Can you show me? Please.
He sort of looks at you and just like in a bit of disdain and a bit of annoyance.
Please.
No.
Oh. Why?
And he just keeps on walking up. He ignores you at that point. Clearly not getting some answers that he probably wanted from you. So the assistant continues to escort you through the tower up the stairs. The journey feels much longer than you anticipated, especially considering the tower's height from what you've seen from the outside. But eventually, you reach a door at the end of the stairs. The assistant takes a moment and sort of glances at you, almost glaring at you, Rabbit. But then he opens the door and leads you through. The room that you enter is a large, comfortable chamber with large paned glass windows letting in the sunlight. A fireplace at the very end to the left of the room is alive with warmth and glow, and a healthy fire. The walls beside it fill to the brim with books and tomes of all different colours and shapes and appearance. The furniture in the room is mainly oak wood and soft red leather, and a number of ornaments decorate the room like globes of the world and telescopes all around. And the room itself smelling of firewood and mulled wine. Sitting quietly on a wooden stand is the same snowy white owl that you'd just seen earlier today, just staring at you all.
Ooh, can I go to pet it?
You go over to it and it sort of like flinches slightly and steps backward, but then just realising that you're holding out a finger to pet it, it sort of leans forward slightly. You pet it more than twice and it starts to try and like nip at you. Doesn't try and catch you, but it just tries to sort of nip. And then as you're doing that, as you back away from the owl, a gentleman steps from a doorway into the chamber. Clearly elvish, with slim features, high pointed ears, and almost silver pale skin. His raven black hair is long and to his shoulders, but partially held back with a couple of neat plaits in the hair. He stands tall and proud, dressed in fine navy tunic and waistcoat. The waistcoat itself is detailed with silver embroidery in the pattern of wings and feathers. A few silver ring on his fingers, and a silver earpiece covering the edge of his ear. He then greets you all. Welcome all. I'm glad to see you received my message. My name is Cadelius Lyari, mage and tutor of Bramora College. I'm sorry, I believe I wrote names on the letter, but I'll let you all introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Rabbit. Can you do magic?
I can, yes.
Can you show me?
He just raises his hand flicks it outward, and then in the sort of palm of his hand, this little orb of light and sort of glob of light just emanates from his hand. And he lets it out once again.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so awesome you can do that. And I kind of like give a glance at his assistant.
His assistant just glares at you, and then Cadelius just directs to the assistant itself. Peter, you may leave. Thank you. And he just shuts the door behind him. Then the mage directs to the rest of you. You, young sir, what is your name? Directing to Tiberius.
Hi, I'm Tiberius, and I go shake my hand. On my hand out to shake it, sorry.
He takes your hand, shakes it gladly. And you,
Pleasure.
strapping lad, directing to the Minotaur, to Raknuk.
I'm Raknuk. Nice to meet you.
To meet you as well. It's not very often we have one of your kind so far up north. Must have travelled a long way.
I have a long way.
Well, I hope it's been a safe travel. Thank you for coming. And you, little fellow, directing to Fetch.
Okay. So, I wait a few seconds.
Okay.
Look up to look him directly in the eye for a few seconds, really intensely. And then I go, oh.
Okay, does... Well, nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you as well.
It's like Tarzan.
He's mostly been quite stoic and stone-faced, but you see like a little hint of a smile creeping on the edge of his face. I'm sorry, I've been slightly rude. Please take a seat. Would you all care for a drink? Some tea, perhaps?
I think
Yeah,
I'll just take water.
I'll have a tea.
Sorry, Rabbit, did you say you wanted water? Sorry.
Yeah, please, I don't like tea.
Perfectly fine. That could be provided. And he sort of
Tea,
goes
sorry.
over... Oh, sorry.
Tea sounds alright to me.
Do you, little fellow? Do you care for a beverage?
Tea, perhaps.
Okay. So he leads you on over close to the fireplace, and you all take a seat on one of the chairs. So I must apologise for the secretive nature and the delivery of your message, but I feel that our business and what we will be discussing requires a certain level of discretion and even secrecy, for I hope obvious reasons. But I believed I needed to welcome you all into my home and have a proper discussion with you all about recent events. So, I believe that there has been recent activity within the catacombs northward of Rhodes, and I believe that recently you all had reason to delve into them, and I believe you all found something there. So, if you would be so kind as to describe to me in as much detail as you can what exactly you found in those catacombs.
I think someone's been digging up the bodies. I don't know why, but we had to fight quite a few of them earlier.
Well, that is quite unfortunate. The undead have been really unheard of outside of Bramora College for quite some time. I'm impressed that you all managed to fight them off. Not many would have survived.
It wasn't easy.
I can imagine. Being a practitioner of the arcane arts, I'm sure you are all probably aware, the undead are a result of the art of necromancy. Were there any clear signs or any runes or any other arcane signs that this necromancy has been used to raise the dead nearby?
There were strange symbols on these pots that I found. I couldn't read them. I don't know what they mean. There was also a big stone table.
Right.
I don't know what happened there, but I think someone was doing something magic there.
Right. Do you have one of these clay pots on you for me to look at?
I gave it to Mama, but I could probably. I think I might have some scraps in my pocket.
Okay. If I could take a look, please. Thank you.
Yep. I hand that over.
Thank you. He takes it and inspects the writing or the inscription and runes on this piece of the clay pot that you received. It is not the type of runes I'm familiar with, nor does it appear to be any readable language, or even a language of any kind.
So what is it?
I'm not entirely sure. I believe there might be fellow scholars and friends of mine who might be able to shed more light. And was there any evidence or sign of who might be doing this within the catacombs?
I didn't see anyone.
Well, I suspect that if the catacombs were delved into recently, then I suspect that whoever was involved is probably nearby. It wouldn't have been too far. Especially if they'd only taken that poor boy who died not very long ago at all.
You think it's one of the villagers?
I don't want to rule anything out. I think we must suspect everyone. However, I must take note of all your ages. You're all clearly very young, and it's already a miracle that you have survived this far in your involvement. I will take these matters. And he seems frustrated for a second. You see, it's difficult. I used to be warden for this town. If you see how the college operates is when they have a successful candidate, they can either become a tutor and stay at the college, or they may become an archmage of their speciality or school, whereas some are left as independent scholars to the realm, and others are left as wardens to certain regions to make sure it's protected and to make sure any local lords or government are guided with the knowledge of with the knowledge of Brownmoor and its studies. And I was warden of this place, but I am no longer, and unfortunately me and the Lord do not see eye to eye exactly. So I believe that the Lord and the guards will keep a close eye on my activities, especially with these rumours of magical involvement in the arcane and necromancy. So I must ask something of you all. I will need you to be my eyes and ears, and I may need to ask certain tasks of you all in the next coming weeks. But I do not want to put you all in danger, and so I lay this out as an option. If you all wish to step away from this involvement, you've already been help enough. But I believe that cannot move alone.
I can't just let whoever did this get away with it. Not now. So I'm up for whatever.
You are very brave and noble to
Yeah,
do so.
Same as Rabbit. I'm 100% down for seeing this through.
I can help. I'm happy to give your link to this.
Thank you. And you, little fellow? I will take that as confirmation. Thank you.
Yeah, most of us do. We don't really understand what he says most of the time.
Hmm. Well, as long as there's some understanding, then that's all that matters. If you don't mind, am I okay to keep these pieces that you found of the pots?
Yeah, I kind of feel weird holding them now. I think it's best you have them.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wait on my word in the next few weeks then. I believe I'll need to inquire with a few of my allies and friends and see what I can put together, see if we can piece together more of this mystery. So I'll need
But
you all...
You want us to wait?
I'm afraid I'll need you to. It will take me a while to confer with all my allies.
But they could still be picking up bodies.
Which is why I'll need you to keep an eye out. But I also want you to be able to keep your heads down. I understand that the captain of the guard is already keeping a close eye on you all from the rumours that have gone around. So if you could all keep busy where you can, and perhaps prepare, for I suspect there will be long travels ahead for you all. So what business you have, if you can try and settle it, it will mean that when you are needed, it'll be easier for you to leave. But yes, unfortunately I require your patience.
Okay, I can wait.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you all once again for your cooperation. I'm sorry I've had to ask this of you. I truly am. But I thank you once again. Now I believe Peter will be able to escort you out. And I'll speak to you soon, I'm sure.
We appreciate your time. Thank you.
And thank you as well. So, you all finish your drinks and head over to the door. You open it and you see Peter step back from the door all of a sudden, almost as if he was quite close to it, possibly even trying to listen in. So, are you done then? Do I need to escort you out?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right
Please.
then. Okay, follow me. And he escorts you down the stairs once again. You finally make your way to the bottom. And he opens the door, allowing your exit. He doesn't say another word, but as you pass Rabbit, he sort of gives you another glare and sort of looking you up and down, glancing at you all over. Just glares at you even more. Shuts the door behind you all. So yeah, so you're out on the open streets of Rhodes, middle of the night. What do you all wish to do?
So, what are you guys gonna do now?
Well, I'm gonna look for some like shelter or inn, I suppose. Again, would the tavern allow someone as young as myself to have a stay in there, or any chance I could bunk in with you, or?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Mama about that. And
well, I'm happy to pay some gold. Again, I've got a few coin on me.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to ask Mama about that. I've never been to a tavern either to stay, so I don't know.
Okay, well, I suppose I'll try the tavern first, and then if they won't allow it, then I'll try Mum, I suppose. How about you two? Have you two got a place to stay tonight, or?
Either set up my tent and sleep just outside, or the other trick is to disguise myself as somebody who doesn't look like a bird and get a room at the tavern.
Well, you two are more than welcome to bunk in with me if you want to get a place to stay tonight, somewhere warm. Then I've got a few gold. I don't mind paying for a night or two.
Come to the tavern as well.
Reckon not going to the tavern as well. Okay, so you all depart from each other. Three of the party heading towards the tavern. Rabbit back to the orphanage. So Fetch, are you disguising yourself? I'm assuming then.
I'm gonna disguise myself as sort of a tall human man with long blonde hair in like quite nice sort of expensive clothes.
Okay.
Make me look a bit more, well done up than I am.
Okay. Yeah. Easily done. So sort of you pass through an alleyway. You cast the incantation, and the two of you look over, and you can see that Fetch's appearance has changed greatly. Much taller,
Hello,
human,
chaps.
completely different.
Wow, that was a that was a change of self. I was expecting a big tall man.
That's quite all right. How do you do? Fancy that? La-di-da-di-da. How do I get another room at the tavern? Yes. I'm here on business.
I'll give Fetch a gold, so we've got something to pay with. Why not give him more if need be?
Thank you, good sir.
When you use disguise self, can you just talk as normal?
No, I'm assuming he's using his minor illusion.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit complicated.
Oh yeah. Minor
Okay.
illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the three of you head over to the Crossing Paths Tavern, walking through the door. It's in the middle of the night, so there seem to be a fair few patrons enjoying a good drink and sing-song as you walk in. But you head over to the bar. Barmaid greeting you. Oh, hello. Welcome to the Crossing Paths Tavern. How may I help?
Hello, chap. We're looking for a room. Do you chaps fancy to share a room, or do we want a room each? Looking over at my buddies.
I'm okay with either or, to be fair. Depends how much it costs.
Well, for the night, should we get a room with? You got any rooms with 3 separate beds?
Yes, I'm sure that can be provided. That'll only be 4 silver for the evening.
Oh, I've given you a gold.
That's wonderful. I hand over the gold piece and then give the change back to Tiberius.
Yeah, so that'll be 6 silver back to Tiberius.
Thank you. 6.
Yeah. She points out the way to the room, and you'll lead the way. Unless you want to drink before you head up to you.
I'm gonna head to the room first, just following her and sort of touching the space in front of my face where my beak is, just making sure I don't crash it on anything.
Yep. Okay. Easily enough. Making sure you're keeping an eye on your spatial awareness. Yep. But yeah, so she leads the way. Welcomes you to your room. It usually seems to be a room for 4 beds, but it looks like you've been rented out for you guys just for the standard 3. Yes, you guys have got a place to stay for the evening.
Sweet. Okay.
Thank you very much, dear. I say to the barmaid.
Yep. Right. Yeah, so are you guys, as I say, enjoying a drink or resting for the night straight away?
I'm probably going to rest, to be fair.
Okay.
So I'm kind of
I think
good
I'm
luck
going to
with
stick
Ray.
on the drink tonight.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Okay.
I'll
So,
be on my own.
okay. So, sorry, just to catch that again. Fetch and Tibbs, you going for Tibbs? Yeah. So Tibbs, you said you're going for a rest. Fetch and Racknook, did you say you're going for a quick drink? Did you say sorry?
No, I'm
Resting
having
as
a
well.
rest.
Oh, everyone's
gonna
resting.
rest.
Okay, that's fine. Going straight to bed. That's fine. Fetch drops the incantation for the disguise, and you will soon snuggle down, and sleep soon takes you all. Rabbit, you head over to the orphanage. Soon enter in. And as you do, you look down the hallway, and you can see that Mama appears to be sitting at the kitchen table, talking to someone. She looks over after hearing you close the door behind you. Rabbit, oh, there you are. Please, come through, lad.
Okay. And I walk over.
Okay. So you walk into the kitchen, and you can see sitting on the other side of the small dining room table, appears to be the barmaid, who was speaking to you a couple of days ago. Who was the one who initially asked if you guys could head up and see what had happened to Elrith.
Yeah.
She seems quite concerned, but she seems to have a drink to hand, and it seems that Mama was settling her one way or another. So, oh, there you are, Rabbit. Sorry to barge in on you all like this. So I'm glad to see you as well. Glad to see that you're safe. I believe we asked you and your comrades to see what had happened with Elrith, but we hadn't heard anything. Hadn't reported back.
Yeah. Fuck. I forgot I lied. Give me a minute. Shit. Okay, yeah, I forgot to come back. We didn't find anything, and I didn't want to... I didn't want to confuse anyone, so I just left it.
So you didn't find Elrith's body?
Oh no, shit! What was the fucking lie? Jesus, no. What did we say? Fuck. we lied to the captain, right? And we lied to Elrith's father. I don't remember what we said.
You didn't speak to him again, I believe, after the encounter in the tavern.
No, did we not?
No, you've not spoken to him since, I don't think.
Okay, so I can make the lie now then, and I won't get tripped up on convenience. Yeah, we found the body and we put it back in the ground, but we couldn't find anything else. We didn't find anything else.
Okay. Do you know what had happened to him? Had he been taken? Had an animal dug him up or something? What
Maybe
happened?
I don't know. His body seemed fine.
Okay, make me a general deception check for that whole little bit.
Shit, this is not gonna be good. Nat 19. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, she just seems to pass off the questions. Okay, well, at least
don't-
he's back where he belongs then. At least he can finally rest. I will
Yeah.
I'll report back to Marin. He's locked himself away really in his home for the last couple of days since what happened in the tavern. So hopefully the news will help. But thank you.
I hope he's all right.
He will be, I'm sure. But if you can give thanks to your allies, if you know where they are, I don't know if they're still in town, but if you can give thanks to them as well, greatly appreciated. And we had something, the patrons and the tavern keepers wanted to give something in return as well for your help. If you could give this all to your companions, that'd be very helpful. And she hands over quite a large purse of money, and in total seems to be about 60 gold in the pouch.
That is more money than I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
That's a lot of gold.
well, Marin and Elrith meant a lot to a lot of people in the town, so your help and your companions' help was very much appreciated, and they want to make sure that Marin gets back on the right path even after this tragedy. So they were all quite keen to make sure that if you were able to help, that you were rewarded nicely. So thank you. Yeah, so just wanted to make sure that you all received some thanks.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. This is too much. But thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome. Think nothing of it. She directs to Mama. Thank you for your hospitality once again. Sorry for disturbing your evening. Thank you once again, Rabbit. And she picks up and heads on out.
Mama, this is so much money. This
Yeah.
is so much money.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, you're not wrong. A lot more than a kid like you usually has on him. Obviously, you're going to share it with your friends, but even then, that's a lot. That's a lot of bloody money.
That's a. I need to figure out how we're gonna share this. It's 50. Is it 15 each? It's 15 each, right?
Yeah, 15 each from 60 gold. Yeah.
Yeah. Mama, I want to give you this. For everyone at the orphanage, and I give her 15 gold.
No, Rabbit. You've earned this. This is your money. I thank you, and you have a heart of gold, and I'd expect nothing less. But you earned this.
And a pouch as well.
I didn't expect you to take this kind of life, but I've not seen this kind of excitement in you in a long time. And you loved all those stories, and I can't say I'm surprised. I just hoped. But if you are going to choose this life, then please take care. And if there's a situation that you can't handle, then you can run away. You don't have to face everything. That's all I ask of you.
Thanks.
I've guided you this far. I can't guide you any further.
You've done more than enough.
She gives you a big hug.
I love you, Mama.
I love you too, Rabbit. I love you too. You can hear her welling up and starting to cry. Now, what did this weirdo wizard say to you then? Tell me all about it.
Well, he wants us to do some work for him in the coming weeks.
Okay.
I don't know what it'll be yet, but he says it could be dangerous. I just repeat any other points.
Well, I've had a couple of dealings with spellcasters, and in the grand scheme, he doesn't seem too bad then. But just be careful. As I said before, wizards are tricksy folk, and they're egotistical folk at the best of times. So just be careful, please. With any spellcasters, not just him. In this life, you'll probably come across a lot of them. Tends to happen. So be wary. Keep your mind sharp.
I will.
Good. Now, go get some
Thanks,
rest.
Mom.
You're welcome.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Alright, head to bed.
Okay. And with that rest, we're going to call it a night, and we're going to call it a session. Thank you all
Alright.
for joining us once again, everyone.
Hell yeah.
Been a good time. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Jazz hands, children.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.